Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about three-dimensional figures. Our objectives today are identifying these figures by names, bases, faces, edges, and vertices, finding the surface areas of the prisms and the spheres, finding the volumes of prisms, pyramids, and spheres. Now, polyhedrons. The meaning of polyhedrons is forming from the polygons a 3D shape. Okay, then we must have a polygon following the rules of polygons to form a 3D shape, and we call this shape a polyhedron. So here example number 1, this is a polyhedron. It was a polygon and it's transferred into a 3D shape. Now we want to know first the name of this polyhedron. The polyhedron is named by its base. Its base here is a pentagon. It has 5 sides, so we call it a pentagonal prism. Why prism? Because a prism is a 3D shape that has 2 similar bases. It has 2 bases that are exactly the same. So this is a prism. Now, number 2. The number of bases of the prism. Any prism whatsoever has only 2 bases. Number 3. The number of faces of the prism. The faces are the surrounding sides of the prism. Now I have here each side of the base brings me out a face. Since I have 5 sides in the base, I have 5 faces, or lateral faces. Each of these faces is a rectangle. Number 4, how many edges do I have? Edges. I have in the base, I have 5 edges. On the top, I have 5 edges. These are edges. Okay? And these are edges. And the base, these are edges. If there is a simple way to count the edges of any prism, I just count the sides of the base, which I have here 5, and I multiply it by 3. This will give me 15 edges. Number 5, how many vertices do I have? I have here 5 on the top. This is a vertex. This, and I have like them 5 in the bottom. So I make 5 multiplied by 2. It gives me 10 vertices. If I look at this figure, it is a pyramid. It's not a prism. Why a pyramid? Because it has a base and a vertex on the top. Okay? Then it is a polyhedron, because it was a polygon and it transferred into a 3D figure. So number 1, we call it a polyhedron. We call the pyramid by the shape of its base. So this is a rectangular pyramid. Number 2, how many bases? Any pyramid whatsoever has only 1 base. My base here is a rectangle. How many faces? According to the number of sides of the base, I have here 4 sides. I have 4 faces. Each face is a triangle. How many edges do I have? Here I'm going to multiply the base by only 2, because I don't have 2 bases. I have only 1 base. So number 4, I have 4 sides of the base. I multiply them by 2. It will give me 8 edges. And if I want to count them, here I have the base 1, 2, 3, 4. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Number 5, the vertices. I have 4 vertices in the base and 1 alone. Then I have 5 vertices. Now, if I look at this shape, I call it a cylinder. It's a kind of prism, but it's not a polyhedron. Okay? So, this has, called a cylinder, it has 2 bases, which are circles. It doesn't have any faces. It doesn't have any edges. Now here if I look at this cone, a cone is a kind of pyramid, but it's not a polyhedron. It has only one base, and it has only one vertex. The sphere is a shape that is not a pyramid and not a prism. It doesn't have any vertices, it doesn't have any bases, it doesn't have any faces, it doesn't have anything, and it's not a polyhedron, of course. Now we're going to check our knowledge here. First, is this a polyhedron or not? Yes, it is a polyhedron. Number 2, name this polyhedron. It is a rectangular. It has two bases the same, so it is a prism. It is a rectangular prism. Now, we want to say the number of bases. Since it's a prism, it has two bases. Our bases here are rectangles. Number 3, how many faces? The surrounding faces. Since I have in the base 4 sides, I have 4 faces. And my faces here are rectangles too. How many edges? Since I have 4 sides in the base, I have 4 like them on the top and 4 surrounding. I have 4 by 3 edges, which are 12. Okay, if you want to count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is an easy way to bring them. Number 5, how many vertices? I have 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. 4 by 2 vertices, which is equal to 8. Now, this 2 is a polyhedron. How many bases? It has 2 bases. The shape of the base is a hexagon, so it's called a hexagonal prism. It has 2 bases. It has 6 faces. It has 6 times 3, which is 18 edges. And it has 6 times 2, which is 12 vertices. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the surface area. We have here, we're going to divide talking about prisms, which is the prism and the cylinder are similar. And we're going to talk about pyramids. Then alone we're going to talk about the sphere. The total surface area is what covers the whole figure. Surrounds it from the outside or from the inside, okay? But it covers it. It doesn't fill it. So the rule, which is the total surface area, equals the perimeter of the base times the height plus twice the base. This is a prism. It has 2 bases. So twice the area of the base, okay? Plus the perimeter of the base times the height. What is the perimeter of the base? Is the sum of the sides of the base. Now, area of the base is the length times width, because this is a rectangle. Now, this is similar, but it is a cylinder. It has circles instead of straight lines. So, the perimeter of the base is called the circumference here, and it is equal to 2 pi r multiplied by h plus twice the area of the base, which is pi r squared. You just learn it like this. It's easier to learn. Okay? So it's 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared. And the volume of the cylinder here is equal to the base area, which is pi r squared, multiplied by the height. The volume here is equal to the base area multiplied by the height. Means the 3 dimensions multiplied by each other. When I need the volume, I need it when I want to fill the shape with something. I want to fill it with water, I want to fill it with sand, I want to fill it with anything. Now, I'm going to talk about the pyramids. The pyramids, to find the total surface area of the pyramids, which means the sum of the triangles surrounding the pyramid plus the area of the base. I can do it simply by putting a rule similar to the first rule, which is half P for L, and I'm going to say what is L now, plus the area of the base once only, because I have only one base. The lateral height, which is the L, it means the height of the triangles surrounding the side. And if I want the main height of the pyramid, it is this. This is the main height, coming from the vertex and perpendicular on the base. Then the lateral height is the side height, And the main height is coming from up to down. I give this a symbol of H and this a symbol of L. So what is concerned with the surface area is the lateral height. And what is concerned with the volume is the main height. So my rule here for the volume is 1/3 B times H, the area of the base times height. But I multiplied by 1/3 because it's 1/3 of the prism, okay? And the cone is similar, but I need to learn its rule. It's easier to learn it just like that. It's pi r L plus pi r squared. My L here is this height, the slant height. And my H is the main height of the cone. So my volume is equal to 1/3, similar to this volume, pi r squared, which is the area of the base area times height. Okay? And the sphere, as I said, has rules of its own. The total surface area of the sphere equals 4 pi r squared. I need only to find r, or to know r, to find the information of the sphere. And the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube. It's the only volume that has r cubed and not r squared like the others. I'm going to make an example on each solid. Now, I have here a rectangular prism. I want to find the total surface area of the prism. Step number 1, I'm going to write the rule. The total surface area equals perimeter of base plus twice the area of base. What I need from here is the perimeter of base. Say that this base here is 3, and this is 2, and the height here is equal to 10. So, to find the perimeter of base, I'm going to put 3 plus 2 times 2, because they are repeated twice. With the area of the base is equal to 3 times 2, because it's simply a rectangle, length times width. And this is equal to 6. So my perimeter is equal to 5 times 2, which is equal to 10. And my base area is equal to 6. I have all of the information that I need. I put it in the rule. So this is equal to 10 multiplied by the height, which I give you here as 10 2, plus 2 multiplied by the area of the base, which is 100, plus 12, which is equal to 112. Here, if I want the volume is simply the area of the base multiplied by the height, because it's a prism. So the volume equals the area of the base, which is 3 by 2, which I got from here still, multiplied by the height, which is 10. So this is equal to 6 by 10, and this is equal to 60. Here I will do this other example. I want to find the surface area and the volume. Okay? Now, the surface area of this, I write my rule first, is equal to P times H plus 2 area of base. Now I want my P first. Here I have a triangle. My triangle has one of its sides equal to 3. It is a right angle triangle, and this side is equal to 4. I don't have the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. So I can find it either by using the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem states that we can call this side C for the hypotenuse, and we will say that C equals the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. So this is equal to the square root of 9 plus 16, which is the square root of 25, which is equal to 5. So C is equal to 5. But I know that there is a well-known right angle triangle that has the sides 3, 4, and 5. I just learned it like this. Okay? If you don't know this, you can use the Pythagorean theorem. Now, here I have all of the sides. I'll put here my 5. Then the perimeter of the base is 3 plus 4 plus 5 equal to 12. Now, the area of the base, this is a triangle, so it's equal to half base times height. Of course, the small height, the height of the triangle, the small height, not the big height of the prism. So this is equal to half by 4 by 3. Of course, you don't forget that the base and the height must be perpendicular on each other. They make maybe a T sometimes, they make an L sometimes, okay? They must be perpendicular on each other. Then this is equal to 6. Now, I have all of the information that I need. I'll put it in the rule. So the total surface area is equal to the perimeter of the base multiplied by the height of the prism, which is 10, plus twice the area of the base, which is 6. So this is equal to, it's equal to 132. We put the units, it was meter. Since it's area, then it's meter squared. If I want to find the volume equals the area of the base multiplied by the height. The area of the base is 6 multiplied by the height, which is 10, and this is equal to 60 meter cube. Here, if I want to do a similar, I'm going to put my rule. Total surface area equals perimeter of base times height plus twice the base. Here, the perimeter of the base is equal to the circumference because it's a circle, and my circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Here I have G is equal to 12. So R is equal to half G. Half of the 12 is 6. So my R is equal to 6. Don't get confused. This is a common mistake. So this is equal to 2 pi times 6. So it is equal to 12 pi. And the area of the base is equal to pi r squared. Because it is a circle, so it is equal to pi multiplied by 6 squared, which is equal to 36 pi. And don't forget to put your pi. Now, we want to find the total surface area, which is equal to 12 pi multiplied by h, which is equal to 4, plus 2 multiplied by 36 pi. And this is equal to 377, nearly. What are my units? Meter squared, because I'm talking about the area. Then the volume is equal to the area of the base times height. My area of the base is 36 pi multiplied by the height, which is 4. And this is equal to 452.4 meter cube. Now, we have here, Jenny has some boxes for shipping. Each box is in the shape of a rectangular prism. If I were going to talk about rectangular prism, we just draw a small prism here to know what we are talking about. Okay. We have here the length here is 18, the width is 14, and the height is 10. This is the length, this is the width, and this is the height. Find the surface area of the box. He wants to find the surface area. We'll write the rule first. It is equal to P, which is the perimeter. P is equal to 18 plus 14 times 2, equal to 64 inches. And the area of the base is equal to 18 by 14, which is equal to 252 inch squared. Now, we have all of the information that we need. So the total surface area equals 64 multiplied by 10 plus 2 multiplied by 252. And this will give me 1,144 inch squared. Now, we want to find the total surface area of this cone and the volume of this cone. Now, he gave me here that the radius is equal to 6 centimeters, that the height of the cone which means this height, since he didn't state that it's the lateral height, then it's this one, is equal to 8. And he wants to find the total surface area and the volume. يبقى first, we're going to write the rule of the total surface area. We know that the area of the cone, pi r L plus pi r squared. Then we need to find the L and we need the R. We know the R, which is 6, and we know that the height is 8. So using the Pythagorean theorem, we can bring the slant height, which is the L. So L is equal to the square root of 6 squared plus 8 squared. And this is equal to the square root of 100, which is equal to 10. So L is equal to 10. So we have all of the information that we need. So the total surface area is equal to pi multiplied by 6 multiplied by 10, which is the slant height or the lateral height, plus pi multiplied by 6 squared. This is equal to 60 pi plus 36 pi, which is equal to 96 pi, or if you want it in decimal, it is equal to 301.6. This is area, so it is centimeter square. Then he wants the volume. Volume equals 1/3 area of base by height. Then this is equal to 1/3 pi r squared, because the base is a circle, multiplied by h. And if we substitute, it's 1/3 pi multiplied by r squared, which is 36, multiplied by h, which is 8, and this is equal to 301.6 centimeter cubed, the same like this number, no problem. Now, if we want to find the total surface area, we have here the height is equal to 8, and this forms a triangle. One of the angles of this triangle is 45. Then by subtracting from 180, 45 plus 90, this will give me 45 too. So this is an isosceles triangle. So this side is equal to that side. This is 8, so this too will be 8. And this, by our knowledge or facts that we know, is equal to 8√2. The hypotenuse is 8√2. If you don't know this and you can't learn it, just find it with the Pythagorean theorem. This side is equal to the square root, the sum of the squares of 8 squared plus 8 squared. Okay? It will give me 8√2. Then I know here that this is 8, and the slant height, the lateral height, is equal to 8√2. Here, this is half of this side. Then this 2 is 8. Then 8 plus 8 is 16. Then this side is 16. He told me at the beginning that this was a square. So this is 16, and this one too is 16. Then we have all of the information that we need. T equals, this is a pyramid, so we have to put half P times the slant height. Since it's a pyramid, we don't forget to put the half, and we put L instead of H, plus the area of the base. Our P is equal to 16 times 4, okay? Because I have 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16. It's a squared. And our base, area of the base, is equal to 16 times 16, or 16 squared. and my lateral height is equal to 8 root 2. Then I have here all of the information that I need. So T is equal to half multiplied by P, which is 16 by 4, multiplied by L, which is 8 root 2, plus the area of the base, which is 256. And we put all of this on the calculator. This will give me 618 nearly, okay? And we put our units here. I didn't give you any units. Let them be meters. A meter squared. Now, if I want to find the volume, the rule of the volume is 1/3 area of base, which is pi r squared, multiplied by height. Then it is equal to 1/3. I got the area of the base here, times 256, multiplied by 8, which is the height of the pyramid itself. And this will give me 682.7. Now, we want to find the surface area and the volume of the sphere. The easiest one is the sphere. We only need to learn the rule. Then the total surface area equals 4 pi by r squared. My r here, I will give it 2 by 2 squared. Then this is equal to 2 squared is 4. 4 by 4 is 16 pi. Okay? And here my volume is equal to 4 over 3 pi by 2 cube. Don't forget the cube. We have 3 down and 3 up to remember. But this is equal to 2 cube is 8. So 8 by 4 is 32 over 3 pi. If he asks me to keep it as it is, you can just write it with a pi. But if he wants it to the nearest tenth or the nearest hundredth or anything, this means that he wants a decimal. So this will be by decimal. This is 50.3. And this was meter, so it is meter squared. And this is 33.5 meter cube. I hope that you understood. If you don't understand for the first time, try to put the video again and try to solve the problems before you look at the answers. Thank you.